This is going to be a review of one of the most interesting watches in my collection. It's a Timex Expedition Easy Set Alarm. And as the name of the watch implies, it has the ability to have an alarm, which is a pretty rare and unique feature for an analog watch. And that's one of the reasons why I really love this watch. What it is, it's a quartz watch that has a 40 millimeter case, it has 16 millimeter lugs, and the lug to lug is 48 millimeters. Case thickness is just under 11 millimeters at 10.8 millimeters. The case is stainless steel. It has a mineral crystal and a bidirectional bezel, as well as two pop in and out crowns right there that are not screw down. And the case back also is not screw down. This watch, according to my research, was discontinued for some reason. I don't know why they decided to do that, but I believe it was discontinued around 2011. So now they're kind of hard to come by. You know, you can't really find them too often, and when you do, I see them for sale for at least $50. Most of the time, between $75 and $100. I purchased this one in 2010, and I got it at a swap meet, which is like a flea market. And it was brand new, and I bought it from a guy, and I'm pretty sure I paid $10 for it, or even less. So I got a really good deal on this thing. It also has Timex's Indiglow, which I'll show here. I'm sure most of y'all know about it, but I'll push in the crown right there, and you'll see the Indiglow turn on, which is amazing. I mean, that thing is so easy to read at night. Also, the two hands, the hour and minute hands, are luminous, so they glow as well. As long as you give them, daylight, they do glow, and they glow pretty good. The lume on them, lasts maybe half the night, or maybe 5-6 hours at the most. The battery on this lasted a really long time. I just recently replaced it. So, I mean, I bought it in 2010, and I'm pretty sure I replaced it in 2016. So that battery lasted 6 years. So that's really impressive, and that includes me messing with the Indiglow. The positives with this watch is definitely one of my favorite things is the readability of it. I love the dial, that cream colored dial, which I'll show a close up here. It has a really neat texture on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get some of that smears off of there from my fingers. There we go. Yeah, it's just a sharp looking dial. It's real easy to read, very legible. I love the alarm feature, which I'll show it working here in a little bit. I like the Indiglow, which is a huge bonus. This thing keeps really accurate time, being a quartz. I think it averages about maybe plus 1 second a week, which is about average for a quartz. I've got some quartz that are even more accurate than that. I have one which gains only a second in a month, which is really incredible. But this one at 1 second every once a week, that's good enough for me. I like it having the date complication. If I have the option, I prefer most of my watches to have a date complication. I just really like those. I think it looks good. I think it's a rugged design. I mean, it's the Timex Expedition, which is, kind of marketed toward outdoor activities. So, I mean, this thing's right at home, hiking on the trails or whatever you want to do outside. I like that it has the 50 meters of water resistance, although I don't know if I'd actually trust that. I don't think I'd ever really take it swimming. I think it would handle rain just fine and light splashes and stuff, but I don't know if I'd ever submerge this thing because neither of the crowns are screw down, and the case back is not screw down either. It's just pressed in with a little O-ring. It's like I said, it's easy to read, and the alarm feature is the main thing. So I'll kind of just demonstrate that now. So right now we're looking at 440 or 439. And what you do is you rotate the bezel, so you'll see the little red one here is the hour, so we'll match it up if I can keep it still there. And then this one is for your minutes. So here in just a minute, it will ring once I set it. If you pull it out one click, it's kind of hard to do. I got 2 on that one. There, that's 1 click. That will set the hour, or set the alarm for an hour in the future. If you pull it 2, it's going to go off right when it gets to that minute there. So we'll hear it go off in a minute, and I'll turn it off. Oh, the alarm is also really loud, which is good. I mean, you can definitely hear it. If you're sleeping, this thing will wake you up. You can see this strap I made. I mean, it's a homemade strap. I just made out of some scrap leather, but it's held up really nice. I had to go down to 16 millimeter here because these are 16 millimeter lugs, and that makes it hard to find straps, which is why I made the homemade strap. But it's held up. I like it. It looks good. It's got some cool battle scars on it. I mean, I've worn it for, I think I made this strap, it was years ago, but I really like it. But the negatives with this thing is, the biggest one is that it's so loud ticking. I mean, this thing is extremely loud ticking. I don't know. Whoop, there's the alarm, so you can definitely hear that. So let me shut that off. You just push the crown back in. But yeah, the ticking is really loud. So I don't keep this next to my bed because, I mean, I can hear it and it just keeps me up. It drives me crazy. I mean, it is really loud. I don't know why it's so loud. I mean, you would think it would be, not quite as loud because it's got a heavy-duty stainless steel case, mineral crystal, but I guess there's some type of, I don't know if there's I don't know, but it's too loud. So that's a huge negative. Plus the bezel is also kind of loose. It's easy to rotate, which makes it easy to set the alarm, but you can hear it kind of, that's actually the bezel. That's not the strap there. That's the bezel. So if you have it on your wrist, you can hear that sound. That's just annoying. I hate that it has the 16 millimeter lugs, which makes it hard to find replacement straps, which is why I made that homemade strap. Speaking of the strap that came with it, let me get it focus here. The strap that came with it is also pretty poor quality. It probably lasted about maybe 2 years. I mean, it started falling apart after the first year, but I kind of kept it together for an additional year. But it's just a poor quality leather strap. So that's why I made the homemade strap there. I don't like that it doesn't have screw down crown. I wish it kind of did. Being an outdoor watch, that's kind of a negative. I mean, because you never know if you're going to have to swim across a river hiking, or maybe you just want to go swimming with it on. Having that screw down crown and the screw down case back would be a huge bonus. So that's a negative. But overall, I mean, for the $10 I paid for this thing, I'm very happy. I've been very happy with it. I mean, I've actually taken it hiking a few times. I've worn it quite a bit. I mean, I think it looks good. I'll put it on my wrist here in just a second. Let me take this other watch off so you can see. I like the size of this thing. Bear with me 1 second while I put the watch on. I like the size. It's listed at about 40 millimeter. I feel like it wears a little larger. I think it wears more like a 42, which I prefer, or 41. But there's a wrist shot of it. Just a great looking watch. You can see the strap there I made for it. Works just fine. Looks good. I think it suits the watch pretty good. But overall, I'm very pleased with this watch. It's been a nice companion for me. If you ever see one on eBay and you can see it for a good price, I definitely recommend it. I mean, the main negative is that loud ticking. I wish it didn't have that, but I can live with that. But anyway, if you got any questions or comments, just let me know. If you need a more detailed video of how to set the alarm, I can do that. Just leave a comment and I'll do that for you. Thanks for watching.